When one goes online and types the phrase Mesothelioma Attorney into any search engine, it is likely to bring up over 2.5 million listings. Specifying a state can narrow this search to around 1.8 million on the average. Even a search for mesothelioma lawyers in a state with a very low population, such as Wyoming, will result in more than 650,000 listings. Malignant mesothelioma is a tragic illness. All the more so because it could have been prevented had the federal government not abdicated certain responsibilities to the private sector, such as the enforcement of many industrial safety standards and making health care available to all citizens. For a quarter century, the American people, forgetting that they were the government, were told repeatedly that private industry could do everything better, cheaper, and more efficiently. The current state of American society and the economy clearly shows how misguided this policy was. Corporations were successfully able to hide the fact that asbestos was an insidious poison for over 30 years. Combined, these conditions have resulted in billions of dollars in litigation, court fees, and damage awards in cases related to asbestos. The huge amounts of money involved are the main reason that so many attorneys and law firms have gone into the field of asbestos litigation. As of the year 2001, the average plaintiff award in mesothelioma cases that went to trial was $6 million. Typically, the lawyer in the case receives between 30 and 40% of that amount, plus related expenses. Due diligence. Remember that when you are seeking legal representation on any matter, mesothelioma or otherwise, you are essentially an employer. You are offering an attorney a job. Like any wise employer, you will want to interview several candidates. This is an important issue. Mesothelioma and other asbestos-related injury cases require a specific type of expertise because of the numerous complex legal, medical, and financial issues involved. Therefore, it is in your best interest to retain an attorney who has experience in mesothelioma case law. What you need to know. Your first objective in determining who should represent you and your case is to find out how much experience the attorney and the firm have in the area of asbestos litigation. How many cases has he or she and/or the firm handled? Once this has been established, you will want to know how many of these cases were settled out of court and how many went to trial, as well as the outcome of these proceedings. Another important issue is whether or not the attorney intends to handle your case personally. In many cases, a lawyer may simply refer your case to another attorney in exchange for a percentage of any fees, which may not necessarily be best for your case. Before getting started, it is vital to understand the financial arrangements and how expenses and attorney fees are to be handled. You should know that any type of lawsuit involving large corporate interests where substantial amounts of money are at stake require months of preparation. It may be 2 to 3 years before your case comes to trial, and the trial itself may go on for several months. During the preparation process and the trial itself, your attorney will incur many expenses on your behalf. These expenses include travel, research, hiring expert witnesses, getting depositions, and more. In most cases, an attorney or law firm will take such a case on a contingency basis. This means their compensation will be based on a percentage of the award or settlement. Generally, this runs from 25% for cases settled out of court to as much as 40% when a judgment is awarded at the trial's conclusion. You may also want to know whether or not your case will be handled on an individual basis or bundled with those of other plaintiffs, which may help weaker cases, but could harm yours if you have a particularly strong claim. Check the attorney's background and credentials, as well as those of the firm. Profiles and ratings are available on the internet, and information on individual attorneys can usually be obtained through your state's bar association. Above all, trust your instincts. If you feel for some reason the attorney in question will not work in your best interests, move on to the next candidate. There is no shortage of qualified, principled law firms and attorneys who are genuine professionals dedicated to the cause of justice. Thank you for watching. This video was produced by Asbestos.Net, a leading resource on all aspects of asbestos and mesothelioma. Our priority is to inform victims about the devastating effects of asbestos exposure, mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, asbestosis, and other asbestos-related diseases, and to advise them with a wealth of information. Individuals whose lives have been touched by mesothelioma have numerous questions and concerns. Their caregivers and family members also need accurate, reliable information. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos cancer and need more information, we invite you to visit and explore the thousands of pages of oncologist-reviewed material on Asbestos.net, to call our convenient toll-free number shown below and speak with a mesothelioma specialist, or to use the simple contact form found at Asbestos.net to request a free copy of our informative books, custom inserts, and DVD. Asbestos.net. Information and help for patients and families.